Hey, Mr. Wiedemer here from Mr. Wiedemer's History. Welcome to Unit 3, Industrialization. Now, this whole next section, Unit 3 and 4, kind of go together. It's industrialization, urbanization, but it's so massive that we're going to have to break it up into 2 units. So, Unit 3, industrialization, Unit 4, urbanization, they go hand in hand. It's all about the expansion of America's industry, coming from agriculture to industrial and everything that entitles. But here we go with Unit 3.1, Industrialization takes hold. Now you guys will be able to explain how industrial changed America by examining the rise of industry and many new inventions that came with it. Alright, here we go. This right here is probably the most important piece of information in all Unit 3 and 4. You should pause the video right now, jot down this chart, because it is vital information. This basically sums up the entire Unit 3 and 4 into one flow chart. Alright, what are the factors that cause industrialization? There's 5 of them. Alright, first immigration, then the railroads, an abundance of natural resources, high tariffs, and laissez-faire government policies. Now we're going to learn about each one of these throughout. Today we're going to focus on the natural resources, hint on immigration, laissez-faire, get a little bit into that, but by the time this is all said and done, this right here is what you need to know. This right here is your guide to this whole unit. These 5 factors that influenced industrialization. Remember, immigration, railroads, natural resources, high tariffs, laissez-faire government policies. Learn it, know it, memorize it. Alright. So, here we go. The United States industrializes. First off, like I said, many natural resources, large labor pool thanks to a baby boom and immigration, mainly immigration, which allow America's growth in industry to just rapidly increase after the Civil War. So after Civil Wars, we know the North pretty much was undamaged because most of the war took place in the South. And we all, remember, talk about Reconstruction, how we reconstruct the South. Now, the Southern planters are now no longer rivals to North industries. Now, industry can just take off. Alright, remember the New South? We're trying to make it more industrial. And so, the United States is going to be united by industry. Alright, so with immigration, large labor pool, and the variety of natural resources, that is how we're going to do that. Alright, first up, natural resources. America's full of natural resources. Full of them. And now we know how to get these natural resources and how to use them to our advantage. Alright, we have like coal, iron ore, petroleum, cotton, timber. I mean, we're just filled up with natural resources here in America. I mean, it was just boom. We had a lot of natural resources, and now we're going to utilize them, and this really does help America become great. This leads into so many things that allows America to be great on a global scale. Our multiple natural resources. I mean, it's multitude of them, plethora of natural resources. And we're going to start extracting them and using them to our advantage. And then we'll have a canal that we built, the Soo Canal is going to help resources be moved quicker. But the age of the canal is ending. The age of the railroad is beginning. It's already been here, but now it's really taking shape with the moving out west, the railroads out west. Alright, that's for section 2 on that. But so as you see, we're extracting natural resources, making it easier. Right, and so oil industry is going to begin. Western Pennsylvania. Alright, this championed by Rockefeller with the Standard Oil. We'll talk about that a little later on. Alright, more labor from Europe, especially the immigrants enlarge the labor pools. Immigration enlarged labor pools. You need to know that, very important information. So these new jobs, and these people are going to move into the cities. Just remember, the cities are where the factories are. That's where the jobs are. So all these immigrants are going to move to cities. Cities are going to boom, going to explode like Chicago, New York, Boston. all these cities are just going to explode with population, and that causes a lot of problems. We'll talk about that a little later on as well. But more workers coming to America. Right? So population more than doubled from 1860 to 1890. Right? 30 years, double population because of many births after the Civil War, and also mainly immigration. And here's a little chart here. 14 million immigrants arrived in the U.S. between 1860 and 1900. As you see, big spike in population. That'll cause a lot of problems, but also help America, because the main thing you need to know about immigration is America is built on the backs of immigrants. We are an immigrant nation, and they are the backbone of America. They're the backbone of industry and backbone of our societies. Immigration. All right. Like I said, large labor pools keep industrial wages low. How to keep wages low? Well, basically, it's like, all right, so you demand more money. Well, I have like 10 other people that'll do the same job for cheaper, so, if you don't want it, get out of here. So, large labor pools with many people wanting jobs, and many people needing jobs because they have a larger family, and so this leads to child labor and whatnot. So, wages are low, which will later on turn to unions. And the government, how do they view business? Well, they view business as something that's necessary, and they're going to allow industry to grow, business to grow, because they're not going to do anything. Alright, laissez-faire, hands off. The government's going to do very little to interfere with the growth of business. I mean, basically, corruption and everything bad comes to life with laissez-faire. The government's like, hey, do whatever you want. You're making America grow, you're making America money, do what you want, here you go. Hands are off. Laissez-faire. So, anybody who's anybody can go and start their own business. Alright? Be an entrepreneur, a person who starts their own business. And the government's not going to tell you how to run your business. The government's going to allow you to run it. Alright? It's free enterprise. You can make something of yourself. It's just Sears, who started, with pocket watches and used the train to ship not only pocket watches, but goods. Sears Roebuck, goods everywhere, had a catalog, and it's just booming business. Booming business thanks to laissez-faire style government. Another reason for industrialization. Okay, it grew because the government allowed it to, but not do anything about it, which will hurt later on, but it really does help the growth. And then in immigration, alright, we have liberal policies, pretty much allowing anybody and everybody into America. Alright, so the government's going to give lands to railroads, which gives work to many immigrants, work to a lot of people. And the railroad, of course, is going to be the first big business of America, and one of the most corrupt businesses in all America as well. So, as we compare Europe and America, basically in Europe you got rich, you retired, lived a good life. In America, we want more. We want more. We want more. And it's all about the money. And so, basically, hey, I make more money, make more money, make more money, I can get richer. Woo! That's what we're all about. Right? And so, that was being very attractive. And so, private investors are going to get involved in public works and public service and government. A quick review of this part. America's vast natural resources and large labor pool helped the industry grow. Okay, to the 5 factors. Immigration was key to the growth of the labor pool, a key factor, the backbone of America. And then free enterprise system, laissez-faire government, whoa, hands off, does nothing, and industry grows. So natural resources, immigration, laissez-faire government policies allows America to industrialize. Alright, many new inventions started this time. We have the typewriter by Scholes, right, to revolutionize communications. Right, if you don't know what a typewriter is, it's an early form of a computer. You type stuff like documents up for those youngsters out there. Right, Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. Right, and his first telephone message is, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want you." Right, Graham Bell, yes, a relative of mine. Right, Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone, revolutionized everything. You can thank him for your cell phone today. You can take Alexander Graham Bell for that. So he's going to start the Bell Telephone Company. Rapid growth with switchboards, especially women are going to get a lot of jobs because of the telephone industry. Switchboard operators, call the operator. Hey, I want to call blah blah blah, and they're like, okay, so they you go around and connect you with that person. Right now, the big kahuna here, Thomas Edison, who really is more of a great businessman, innovator, not an inventor. All right, you gotta get that. Edison was an innovator, not an inventor. Right? He's credited with the electric light, moving pictures. He has a laboratory in Menlo Park, New Jersey. Right, that's where he did all his work. There's a little video. You can click on that in a YouTube channel and watch that. Great video about Edison. A little bit about rivalry with Tesla and the AC/DC current. He put inventions that other people have actually used, like I said. Redesigned a typewriter. Phonograph, that's one of his. That's basically like an early record player. It recorded sounds, played sounds. So that's one of his true inventions. All right, light bulb. He basically bought the patent from a guy in Britain, and he commercialized it. And so now everybody, that's why he gets credit for using light bulb, because he commercialized it. He's the one who owned the patent, so he gets credit for that. So he's a great innovator. Also, moving pictures, the motion picture industry. You have to give credit for Edison for movies. So Edison is just the guy, the main inventor here. All right, canning industry, canned foods are going to become very popular. All right. Clothing industry, new ways to make clothing faster and more efficient. And, Northrop automatic loom, the bobbins. We're going to standardize clothing by, measuring soldiers in the Civil War. And clothing industry really takes off, and it leads to economics of scale, where basically large factories can mass-produce goods very cheaply and basically put out the mom and pop stores. This is the Walmart of the day. Mini goods very cheaply, put out all of those small stores. Economics of scale here. You can make a lot of the product very cheaply and quickly. All right, and that's what these large factories did. All right, oil, steel, the train. This is big business here. All right, steel with Andrew Carnegie. Right, use machines. The Bessemer process is going to make steel making easier, more efficient, and able to become great. Railroads, you can use steel instead of iron. It's Westinghouse air brake made railroad cars. You have longer railroad cars now. All right, and in review of this unit, Section 1, America's vast natural resources, large labor pool, help industries grow. Immigration, key factor in industrialization. Free enterprise system allows a fair government, hands off, whoa, do whatever you want. We're not going to tell you what to do. All right, little no government regulation, which allows businesses to boom and grow. All right, also allows for corruption and other stuff. So many new inventions helped America. We have Edison, Bell, and Shoals. We have new ways of manufacturing clothing, cheaper, faster, more efficient, puts small businesses out of work because of economics of scale. They can sell it for cheaper because they make more of it, and they make it cheaper and faster. And steel took place of iron, used for railroads, building skyscrapers, and so the steel really revolutionized America. All right, so there we go. Here's that's 3.1, the rise of industry in America. Until next time, don't forget to study history.